Hi, it's Coach Aaron with Athletic Power and Performance. In this video, I want to talk about training techniques and apparatuses specifically. So one of the things to think about is you're about to train, or maybe you're in the middle of a training program or you've trained for years. The different types of training apparatuses are specifically machines versus free movement types. So more specifically like isolation movements versus integrated movements. There are always a place and time for isolation movements, such as you have a weak area and you want to isolate that area to strengthen it, but then you have to integrate it back in with the movement. So when you talk about sports, you talk about athletes, you want to be able to train your movement, not necessarily just your muscles. If you train in isolation, it's really hard to isolate that training and then integrate it on the field when you're in competition or when you're during practice. So keep that in mind. And think about this analogy. If you were on a team, let's say a soccer team, since we're on a soccer field, and you had 11 members on the team all training all by themselves and doing their own thing, and then you got on the field on game day and you said, okay, we're going to integrate and everyone's going to work well, that's probably not going to work all that well, because you have one person doing a certain thing, another person doing another thing, and it's really hard for them to integrate. Well, that's the same way when you isolate your muscles, and then on competition day you expect them to integrate on the field. When you do a lot of isolation or machine training, that really causes a lot of divisiveness within your body and lack of integration. So keep that in mind. You really want to only isolate when you have a weak area and then integrate that muscle into the rest of the body, so you're training movement, not just muscles.